Hello friends. Now let us take up the concept number 4, 3.4, integer arithmetic. In the previous concept, I introduced 5 arithmetic operators. They are plus, minus, multiplication, division and modulus. If we perform any of these 5 operations on two integer type operands, the result is integer whether it is correct or not. That point you have to carefully understand. Now 5 an integer literal, 2 an integer literal, the result is 7. Correct. 5 minus 2, 3. Integer versus integer, the result is integer. This is also correct. 5 into 2, 10. Integer versus integer, the result is integer. This is also correct. And 5 modulus also, initially you call it as a remainder. This also int versus int, the result is int. This is also correct. Where problem comes, 2, not 2.2, 2.5. The reason is int versus int versus why I am using, you may perform any of these 5 operations, plus, minus, into, division and modulus. The type of the result is int, whether it is correct or not. Especially in division, you must focus. It is not 2.5, it is 2. So if you want accurate result, then you should not make the integer division. That point you have to understand. So many people do not know about that. Suppose you are calculating the average marks in 5 papers. Then you got 303 by 5. Then the result is 60 only, not 60.6. That point you must be alert. You must know this fact. Okay. So always remember that int versus int, the result, the type of the result is int. Thereafter, we have to focus on modulus operator. Actually, the symbol wise it is percentage. Modulus is a different operation. Many people call it a remainder operator, but I don't support that. Partly its behavior is remainder, but not entirety. That's why you call it as a remainder operator. Where difference comes, I show you. Now you see 5 modulus 2, 1. This is a remainder. 9 modulus 4, remainder 1. This is also true as a remainder. But in all cases, how it differs and all that I show you. Now 2 modulus 5, and the result is 2. If you call it as a remainder, you are confused here. That's why don't call it as a modulus operator. So 4 modulus 9, 4. What principle you can draw out of that? If you call a numerator a denominator, if a numerator is lesser than denominator, the numerator itself is the result. Okay, that point always you note down. Then you never be confused. If you call it as a remainder operator, here you are confused. Okay. Thereafter, what about the symbol? Here, all plus only. Suppose minus is there. What should we do? Then you get it out. Here also, one principle I tell you. Simple principle. Don't think of. Sometimes if you don't think of logic, that is better. Actually, always the result, the type, the sign of the result in modulus operation is the sign of the numerator. Now we see minus 5 modulus 2. The result is minus 1. Minus 2 modulus 5. Then actually what I told, two principles already. The result, the numerator means absolute value, and say don't consider this. The numerator is less than denominator. The numerator itself is the result. Next sign, don't club both. Now the sign of the result in modulus operation is the sign of the numerator, minus 2. If you remember the two principles, you never be confused. Once again, I repeat, in case of modulus operation, the numerator is lesser than denominator, then the numerator itself is the result. Okay, now we see, in case of sign, actually, in all cases, in modulus or operation, the sign of the result is the sign of the numerator. That means now minus 2, now there will be no confusion for you. If you now we see, in this case also minus 2, in this case also minus 2, then there will be no confusion. And one more important point you have to note down is, actually in C++, modulus operator cannot work on floating point operands. On floats it cannot work. For that, one special mathematical function is provided, that is f mod, that means floating point modulus. One function is provided. But as far as Java is concerned, the modulus operator acts upon integer type as well as floating point type. Same principles are applicable. Just for example sake, I am showing you 1.5 modulus 3.5. The numerator is lesser than denominator 1.5 is the result. Suppose minus 1.5 modulus 3.5. The result is minus 1.5. Minus 1.5 modulus 3. Modulus minus 3.5. Then also minus 1.5. Some cases, if you remember the thumb rules, you never commit a mistake. And if you call it as a reminder, definitely you are confused in these cases.